How's it going, guys? It's Red, and in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys a super powerful sniper build that you guys can be using right now in Back 4 Blood just after the December patch. Using this setup, you guys should easily be able to just fly through Recruit and Veteran, and you guys can even take this build into Nightmare. But before we get into that, if you're new here to the channel, make sure to leave a like on this video and subscribe for more awesome Back 4 Blood content just like this. Also, make sure to check out the link to my Discord server. It's going to be down in the description below. You guys can use it to find teammates to play Back 4 Blood with, so if you guys are in some dire needed teammates, make sure to come check out the Discord server. And without further ado, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Alright, so here we are in the deck building menu in Back 4 Blood. This is going to be the complete deck list, so if you guys are just looking to copy and paste the deck, now is your time to do so. But I'm going to be spending the remainder of this video just talking about why every card is what it is, what every card's role is in the deck, and just everything like that. Now, here's the objective for the deck. We are a sniper build. Now, what the snipers do strongest in Back 4 Blood is kill special infected, but the only problem with that is they don't have a lot of ammo, so we can't really just only use a sniper rifle. Now, to fix this, I put cards like Ammo Stash and Admin Reload in the deck. Now, the reason I have Ammo Stash in here is because we are going to be using our secondary weapon to kill all of the common around us and then save our sniper when we actually see a special infected or when a teammate says there's a special infected over there. So, put into simple terms, use your pistol basically 100% of the time until you see a special infected. Hurry up and zip out your sniper and then absolutely obliterate that special infected or however many there are. But when it's only commons around, make sure to just use your secondary. You have to conserve your sniper ammo. Now, in the number 1 spot, we have Admin Reload, which says when we stow our weapons, it reloads automatically, but has a downside saying that we have minus 15% ammo capacity. Now, the reason that these are in here is because sniper rifles don't really have that quick of a reload speed. Like, they're actually quite slow. And, you know, like I said, snipers don't really hold a lot of ammo, and that means in their stockpile and in their magazine, meaning that, like, after only just a handful of shots, you gotta reload. And reloading with sniper rifles can be a hassle, and you're gonna have to completely remove yourself out of whatever combat you're in just so you can safely reload your gun. Now, the best way that I found to get around this is to simply just add Admin Reload into your deck, even though you're not like an AR SMG kind of deck. Now, with the reason being that you can basically just spray off your secondary weapon, killing common, and then you can switch back to your sniper rifle, pop a few shots off, you know, killing common, but preferably special infected, and then by that point, your secondary weapon is going to be reloaded, and then you can switch back to it, and then just keep looping that over and over and over again. I personally think doing this is better than, you know, just manually reloading our guns, because this never takes us out of the action. This is going to make it so we're always contributing something to the team and not having to just run off and hide every couple seconds because we have to reload. Now, in the number 2 spot, we have Ammo Stash, which says our secondary weapons have unlimited ammo, but with the downside saying your secondary weapons reload speed is 20% slower, but we don't actually reload our guns, so this downside basically doesn't exist. And the reason that we want to have unlimited ammo in our secondaries is because we use them a lot. We use our secondaries way more than the sniper rifles in this build, which I know sounds weird, but that's how you properly use it, because there's clearly more common infected than special infected. And I mean, if we're just going to be using our secondaries to kill all the common, especially when we can start picking up things like, you know, full auto Glocks and Tech 9s and stuff like that, we are going to be running out of ammo a lot. And another thing that this does is this doesn't even take from the stockpile that the ammo would normally take. So like if we had a Tech 9, it wouldn't just take out of our pistol ammo and then just keep going after it hits 0. No, we can actually just drop all this ammo for our teammates, and this makes it so we only have to hold sniper rifle ammo. We can drop everything else for our teammates, which is a big help in the higher difficulties. Now, number 3 is going to be Cold Brew Coffee, which now is an absolute all-star in the game. It used to be really bad. This card used to just be a stamina regeneration card, and a really bad one at that, but then after the December update came, this card got really good, because now we have plus 15% reload speed, plus 25% aim speed, weapon swap speed, and use speed. Now, I know the reload speed is not really that important because we have Admin Reload, but I mean, just forget about that. We have 3 other, you know, consecutive effects that are all helping us at the same time with no downside. And I mean, look at everything Cold Brew Coffee does. I mean, it gives us aim speed, which is what we want in snipers. Like the sniper eccentric character Jim, that is his ability that it makes us aim faster. So just having a card that does that even more is right where we want to be. This card gives us swap speed, which we obviously want because we're an Admin Reload deck. And this card also gives us use speed, which is a pretty hidden all-star that I found out. Like, use speed is actually really important because it counts into everything, like reviving teammates, opening doors, all of that stuff accounts for our use speed. And just having all of those ridiculous effects going off at once just because we picked one card, it's that's just right where we need to be. At the number 4 spot, we're going to have large caliber rounds, which gives us plus 7.5% bullet damage and plus 200% bullet penetration. Now, this card also got a big rework after the December patch, and this card got a lot better. Now, this card does way more damage than it used to, and it took away the downside that we used to have. Now, this card is by far and away the best damage card for like gun decks in the entire game right now. So it's just where we want to be. And this card is so good that we do not have another damage effect for a really long time, just because of how good this card is. Now, at the number 5 spot, we have Line 'em Up, which, much like Cold Brew Coffee, this card got a huge rework after the December patch, and it made it an absolute all-star. Now, this card now gives us 10% effective bullet range, 15% recoil control, 25% bullet penetration, and 25% aim speed. Now, much like Cold Brew Coffee, this card is just too good to pass up. It's an absolute all-star of the entire game right now. This gives us 4 really, really good effects with absolutely no downside. This gives us effective bullet range, which makes the snipers hit even further away, gives us recoil control, so it's easier to shoot, bullet penetration for damage, and it gives us more aim speed, which is exactly what snipers want. Snipers are the one weapon class, like ever, that if you could give all the ADS speed in the world, you would give it to the snipers. Now, at number 6, we have High Vis Sights, which just gives us plus 30% aim speed. This one's very simple. Like I said, we just want to aim as quickly as possible with our sniper rifles because, I mean, truthfully, when you take away all the weapon swap speed and the ADS stuff, I mean, these snipers are really, really slow. So we really do have to put a lot of effort to make them as quick as they are in the build. Now, at number 7 is going to be Guns Out, which gives us plus 50% weapon swap speed with a downside saying minus 5% damage resistance. Now, this is in here because we're an admin reload deck, but because Cold Brew Coffee is so good and already gives us weapon swap speed, we don't need to put this super early in the deck like we used to, because I mean, this card used to be like a number 2 slot, but now this card's honestly not even that good because it's just so linear. Like, it really just locks you into the admin reload ammo stash plan, when cards like Cold Brew Coffee basically support this plan just as well and then give us all these other cool things that we could be doing instead of just really stacking up one statistic. Number 8 is going to be Trigger Control, which gives us plus 25% accuracy with assault rifles and sniper rifles. This one seems pretty self-explanatory, just more accuracy means it's easier to hit things, which means we kill things faster. Now, number 9 is going to be Ammo Mule, which gives us plus 75% ammo capacity and minus 5% move speed. Now, this card became pretty much one of the best cards in the game after the update. This card is an absolute auto-include into every build that uses guns. Like, everything except melee, you should be running this card, because this card had a downside before the update that made it unplayable, because usually Ammo Mule was plus 75% ammo capacity, but it took away our support accessories, meaning that we couldn't have any heals. That made this card dog doo-doo. It was awful. But now, after the update, Ammo Mule is one of the best cards in the game because now the downside just says minus 5% move speed. And with Turtle Rock openly admitting that they don't want people to speedrun through the game, they want, you know, slow and steady wins the race to be the quota. They want you to move slow. So getting a nerf to our move speed, that's really not that bad because we're not running past anything anymore because this isn't the speedrun format. Like, we're actually taking our time like we should be. Now, number 10 is going to be Padded Suit, which gives us plus 10% damage resistance, plus 5 health, with a downside of minus 20% stamina efficiency. Now, as for the downside, like I said, this game isn't as speedrun-eccentric as it used to be, so, you know, the not being so efficient on the stamina isn't really as prevalent now as it was, like, maybe 2 weeks ago. And the reason we play Padded Suit is because it is the best of all of these armor effects that don't disable our ADS, because Motorcycle Helmet is clearly the best out of all of these, but it disables our ADS, which is obviously something we're not into. Number 11 is going to be Hyper Focus, which gives us plus 50% weak spot damage with a minus 40% move speed while shooting or melee attacking downside. Now, this card also got a small rework with the December update, and it actually made Hyper Focus a lot better in the gun decks and a lot worse in the melee decks, because Hyper Focus downside used to just be minus 75% ADS move speed, meaning that we were just basically a snail when we were aiming, and that was the downside for using Hyper Focus, and melee decks could just use and abuse this, but now they fixed it to make it more fair all around. But now with this new downside saying minus 40% move speed while shooting or melee attacking, this downside isn't as bad as the ADS move speed one that we had. So in a way, this is kind of like a buff for Hyper Focused in all the gun decks specifically, because in melee it got a lot worse, but now this card just got even better in the gun decks. And I mean, weak spot damage is clearly where the sniper wants to be. It wants to just be able to one-tap everything, and just more weak spot damage is really good for this deck. Now, number 12 is going to be Controlled Movement, which gives us plus 40% move speed while aiming downsights with sniper rifles. Now, this is literally in here just to counter Hyper Focus. This makes Hyper Focus have no downside, and it makes us just move how we should be. Nothing special, but I mean, Hyper Focus is that good that I play another card just to nullify its downside. Number 13 is going to be Reckless Strategy, which gives us plus 30% weak spot damage with minus 5% damage resistance as the downside. Now, this is just like Hyper Focus. We want to be able to one-tap all the special infected with like our Phoenix or our Barret, anything like that. And I mean, just doing more weak spot damage makes that a lot easier. Now, number 14 is going to be Stock Pouch, which gives us plus 30% sniper ammo capacity and plus 10% damage with all sniper rifles. Now, this card literally used to be the starter card of this deck. This card, before the December update, was number 1. It was the best card in the deck, but now, with cards like Cold Brew Coffee, Line 'em Up, I mean, with all these cards that just give all of these, you know, wide array of effects, just how linear Stock Pouch is, like, gives us more ammo, gives us more damage. Like, that is so linear, and it doesn't really help us, you know, get where we need to be in the early stages, because Cold Brew Coffee covers all stages. Same thing with Line 'em Up. It covers all the bases, but this is so linear. It's just, we need it later in the campaign because, I mean, this is obviously an auto include. Like, it gives us more ammo and gives us more damage for snipers. What more can we ask out of a card? You know what I mean? But it's just a lot better when we already have the engine going rather than trying to start the engine with it. And number 15, the last card in the deck, is going to be Patient Hunter, which says every 0.75 seconds we ADS, it increases our damage by 10% up to 3 stacks. Now, clearly being a sniper rifle, we're going to take a little more time to aim than, you know, like the AR, the SMG, the shotguns of the world. So, I mean, just getting like a 30% damage buff just because we're aiming, that's a pretty good deal, you know what I mean? Now, the reason that this is 15th is because this doesn't get us where we need to be. This doesn't like Cold Brew Coffee us, you know what I mean? Like, this doesn't give us all these effects that are going to make it so we can live, along with like Line 'em Up and large caliber rounds. Like, this is just going to give us more damage, and it's not even like guaranteed more damage. So while this card's good, it's very situational, but when it pays off, it's really, really good. And this card really doesn't shine until situations like a finale, because, I mean, Back 4 Blood kind of has this tendency where it likes to just turn the game into special infected spam, and being able just to one-tap all those specials is really, really good, and it's kind of your role, you know, in your team. That's what you're supposed to be doing. Well, that's going to do it for the video, guys. Make sure to leave a comment down below telling me any deck changes that you guys would make. And as always, if you happen to enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more awesome Back 4 Blood content, just like this. Also, make sure to check out the link to my Discord server. It's going to be down in the description below. You guys can use it to find teammates to play Back 4 Blood with. So if you guys are in some dire needed teammates, make sure to come check out the Discord server. And until next time, it's been Red, and I'll see you guys in the next video.